This video is sponsored by Production Crate, makers of amazing video assets for YouTubers and filmmakers.
How are you doing, you wonderful nerd? I'm sure you've seen by now that there was a teaser for Star Wars: The Last Jedi, and that's all well and good, but personally, I'm much more interested in the poster that came out alongside it. So let's try something a little bit different today as we break down this poster and look at the history of Star Wars poster design to uncover potential hidden clues about The Last Jedi. On first look, this poster seems pretty straightforward and simple, with not a lot going on, but there's actually a surprising amount of information being displayed. We have Rey pointing a lightsaber into the sky, breaking up the large floating faces of Luke Skywalker and Kylo Ren. This collage-style floating head design is incredibly popular with film posters, one of the earliest examples being Bill Gould's iconic Casablanca poster. The idea is to position and scale the characters and other elements in a way that creates a narrative, defines a genre, and indicates a mood. Where a movie trailer can tease a story or portray a tone over a series of scenes, a movie poster has to do it all with one single image. The Star Wars franchise has had many recognizable posters throughout the years that accomplish these goals. Many of us might instinctively think of Drew Struzan's work on the saga, which of course can't be overstated, but as many fans have pointed out, this new poster for The Last Jedi evokes imagery from before Struzan's time on Star Wars, all the way back to the first film, no doubt to celebrate the 40th anniversary of the saga. Happy birthday, Star Wars. A long time ago, during the 1970s, the story goes that Lucasfilm approached an advertising company for help with promo materials for their new movie. Artist Tom Jung was given a bunch of photos and stills to work from, and was told the theme was good over evil. It's not a particularly unique idea, but hey, that's what makes Star Wars great. It's a basic universal story that resonates with all of humankind. And it has lasers, so. Jung drew up a few different designs, but the thing that changed the most was Leia. As he recalled, quote, "We had a problem with Carrie Fisher because they wanted to make her more glamorous. I got my wife to pose for the drawing and I changed the hairdo and shoved the paint around until I came up with a figure that you see now." Carrie Fisher's mother, Debbie Reynolds, loved the poster. She called David Weitzner at Fox's advertising department and asked if she could have the painting. So he asked me to do a duplicate painting, which is now hanging in Carrie Fisher's house. The original painting is at Skywalker Ranch, end quote. Interestingly enough, along with one of the sketches came a fun introductory paragraph to Star Wars, or at least what Star Wars was presumably going to be at that particular time. Quote, "In the year 3000, when starships hurtle through the galaxy beyond the speed of light, when mankind knows every alien being in an infinite universe, when a robot is more complex than the human mind that made him, when 1 billion suns and all their planets are controlled by a single awesome force, when all the ancient virtues of love and freedom and heroism are being called into question, then, and only then, one man will have an epic adventure greater than any man has ever had before and greater than any man will ever have again. Star Wars." I love it. But Lucasfilm was unhappy with Jung's designs, believing it to be too dark. So they sought out help from twin brothers Tim and Greg Hildebrandt, who were only given less than 2 days to create something a little brighter. In the end, Jung's version would still be used for the American release, and the brothers Hildebrandt's version would be implemented a little bit for advertising in the UK. As you can see, the main differences are a more vibrant color palette, sharper contrast, a more active pose for Leia, and a toned-down lightsaber flare. The final change was the addition of C-3PO and R2-D2 in the background. In Jung's original design, Luke, Leia, and Vader were the only characters present. The addition of the droids wasn't done by Jung or even the brothers Hildebrandt, but by comic book artist Nick Cardy, who was also approached by Lucasfilm for help with the designs. Cardy is best known for his work over at DC Comics and will always hold a special place in my heart for penciling the start of the first Aquaman solo series. Traditionally, as I'm sure we all know, Star Wars posters have been pretty busy, showing just about every cast member, vehicle, and other object of relevance in a tight space. Without accidental space puns. So, seeing a poster with just 3 characters and a prominently flaring lightsaber further highlights the parallels between these two images. As you can observe, Rey with the lightsaber is reaching out, something that in the trailer, Luke asks her to do. She states how she can feel the dark side and the light side of the Force and the balance between them. This balance is indicated with Luke on one half, Kylo Ren on the other, and Rey as the line between them. With a plot line from Star Wars Rebels and Luke's line about the Jedi needing to end, there's been plenty of speculation that this movie will explore the concept of Grey Jedi, a Force user who is neither fully light nor entirely dark, but, say it all together, in the middle. Now this character placement seems a bit on the nose, doesn't it? However, the positioning is only one facet. Colors are incredibly symbolic in Star Wars. On this poster, we have all of two hues. There's a little bit of blue, sure, but this poster is drowning in red, which is obviously meant to represent the Sith or generic evil. Rey, with her blue lightsaber, seems to be acting as a literal ray of light, cutting through this abundance of red. The setting is red, the logo for The Last Jedi is red, and what I find most interesting is that Luke is shrouded in red along with Kylo Ren. What's strange is that Luke is the biggest thing on this poster. I mean, look at the other Star Wars posters and you'll find that the biggest, most background element is the powerful, mysterious, looming threat of the film. It's mostly been Darth Vader and the Death Star. There was also Kylo Ren, Starkiller Base. Darth Maul had it once for Phantom Menace. You get the idea. So it does raise a few eyebrows to see Luke in this spot covered in red, a color known for depicting the antagonist. To be fair, we could also write that off as Luke being a mentor figure for Rey. He's a large part of the movie, a large influence on Rey, and therefore a significant portion of the poster. Or it could indicate that Mark Hamill is the higher paid actor between artistic reasons. But look, that's the thing. I know I'm reading into a lot of ideas here, and the most obvious answer to all of this is either because it looks cool or because of legal, contractual reasons. But if I've learned anything in my high school English class that I definitely failed, it's that you can always find a deeper meaning, even if the writer, or poster designer in this case, never had that meaning in mind. Poster design, much like the Force, is about balance. In this case, it's a balance between marketing and art, where one side typically wins out over the other quite clearly. Hopefully, this video inspired you to look at the posters of your favorite movies and determine where they land. Because at the end of the day, aren't we all here to I'm just here to capitalize on SEO after our channel was hacked last week, but I would love to know what you think. Is there anything in The Last Jedi poster that I may have overlooked or gotten wrong? Am I simply overthinking things? I would especially love to know what are some of your favorite movie posters and why. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below.
I want to give a huge thanks to Production Crate for sponsoring this video. If you didn't know, Production Crate makes amazing assets for video makers and YouTubers. We're talking sound effects, VFX, music. I've used a ton of their assets for our videos, including for our NerdSync intro, the scribbly arrows on our end card, and these popping things. In fact, I asked them if they could make more just for me, and they did so in like an hour because they are wonderful people who are always looking at feedback and requests. And they're so gracious, they give you a ton of free stuff in their constantly updating library, but they also have a pro account for even better stuff. I mean, just look at all this stuff. There's so many. Is that a Pokeball? What's happening? Oh man, this is so cool. Their pro account is just $39 a year, and again, they're constantly updating. They just put some flash effects on there, so you could be the fastest man alive. So go check out their website. Link is in the description down below, and start making some awesome stuff. In the meantime, we've got some other Star Wars videos you may want to check out, including how C-3PO got his red arm and the history of the Star Wars logo. Remember to hit that big sexy subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. My name is Scott, reminding you to read between the panels and grow smarter through comics. See ya.